What if I told you that two headlines from the past couple of weeks weren't just news, but echoes of something America has already lived through? Because in the past couple of weeks, we've seen a student occupation at Columbia University and the sudden firing of a top government official after they challenged big tech. And as crazy as it sounds, these things have happened before. Let me show you what I mean. On May 7th, over 100 student protesters occupied Butler Library at Columbia University. They were demanding that the school divest from companies supporting Israel. The university called in NYPD. There were multiple arrests, campus tensions exploded, but I would say this is not new. Back in 1919, America erupted in what's now known as the Red Summer, a time of violent protests. There were racial clashes and labor strikes in cities across the country. Because at that time, people, especially the young and marginalized, were done staying silent. So whether you agree with them or not, both then and now, from their perspective, America's youth is storming institutions and demanding justice, be it racial, economic, or geopolitical. And our second item, on May 12th, President Trump fired Shira Perlmutter, I'm surely butchered that, who was head of the U.S. Copyright Office. And why did this happen? Well, because she released a report warning about how AI is violating copyright law. She criticized the tech giants, and she got canned. Just like that. So let's flash back to 1933. A well-thought-of President FDR at that time was accused of purging civil service workers to push through the New Deal. Critics at that time said he was consolidating power. He was removing dissenters and reshaping institutions for political ends. Back then, it was about, as supporters would say, saving capitalism. And today, it might be about protecting tech and AI, maybe. These are obviously different names and different times, but in my opinion, they're the same power struggle. So here's the truth. Every time America hits a period of crisis, protests erupt, institutions clash with their own people, and presidents stretch their power to try and shape the future. So the past few weeks, I would say, wasn't random, but it was a flashback. I might even say a warning. And as I often like to say, I would call it an echo from the past. So if you want to understand what's really happening and what comes next, you could watch my series called This Week in the Fourth Turning on YouTube. Because I would say history doesn't just repeat, it builds. That whole standing on the shoulders of giants thing. And whether you like it or not, this next chapter is up to us.